Though here's Ron Paps.
And slowest out was the favourite, Sir Agrafo, with Zamenhof as they work towards the first hurdle that comes up after about 200 metres from leaving the stalls, and it's a keen tussle to it. Tassie Shout and also Garma Morven on the inside, Kanahai. It's Kanahai just the leader as they settle from on the outside, Garma Morven and Tassie Shout. Then Sir Agrafo being followed close handy by High Man 2. They're only hunting. Next was Zamenhof, and then a length and a half to Timmins, and 3 or 4 away. Last of all, getting nicely balanced, is Flying Galaxy. Working onto the side of the course now, and the next hurdle coming up to them, and that's at about the 900-metre mark the first time round. And here's the new leader, Garma Morta, searches for it and landed over at about 2 in front. They've all jumped it well. In second position, Kanahai. Now Sir Agrafo gets up on the inside. Tassie Shout was fourth. Then a length and a half away behind those came on the outside Zamenhof. High Man 2 the rail from Timmins, and 2 or 3 last of all is Flying Galaxy. Garma Morta is the leader. Now, by deliberate means, I would think he's racing about 8 horses away from the rail, and Sir Agrafo down on the rail. It's Garma Morva coming towards the first of 4 in the straight now, and over that, led by about a length and a half, Sir Agrafo got right through along nearer the inside. They're 4 in front of Kanahai, Tassie Shout, High Man 2, Zamenhof and Timmins, and Flying Galaxy. It's Garma Morva out very deep. He's almost on the outside run of the panel of the hurdle from Sir Agrafo, who takes the shorter going, and Sir Agrafo pulls his way towards the third of 4 in the straight the first time. He got into that hurdle, but he landed over a length and a half clear of Garma Morva. About 5 lengths away, Tassie Shout, Kanahai. Then High Man 2 as they clear the last of the quartet. Or Garma Morva risked that. He hooked it in front. Zamenhof was back about third last behind Kanahai. Timmins was second last, and 3 still to Flying Galaxy as they go out of the straight. No real action yet as they work onto the turn heading to the far side, and here the leader still on the inside, Sir Agrafo. Deliberately kept right away from the rail. About 6 horses out was Garma Morva. It's second, about 3 or 4 off the leader. Another 5 or 6 away to Tassie Shout, and Kanahai's travelled well. With it, High Man 2 with over about 2,000 to go. Timmins was next from Zamenhof, and Flying Galaxy now being worked on. Working into the far side of the course, they travel towards the next hurdle, and Sir Agrafo, the favourite, shows the way. A length and a half, Garma Morva's run a cheeky race. Whether he can sustain it or not, I don't know. We'll soon find out. They both jumped that hurdle okay. Flying Galaxy seemed to dip a little on landing. Tassie Shout went to third. Over on the inside, Kanahai. Around them, High Man 2 popping his question from Timmins, Flying Galaxy and Zamenhof. They're packing. Sir Agrafo went over the next hurdle. He risked it but got away with it. Only 2 lengths to High Man 2 closing ground. In third position, Kanahai sneaking right up on the inside of Tassie Shout, and Timmins is off 1,400 from home. Then 3 or 4 lengths further back to Garma Morva. No, it's gone. It's dropping right out as they go to the next hurdle. With those Zamenhof and Flying Galaxy, Garma Morva nearly sat down. Working onto the turn off the far side now, and Sir Agrafo leads clearly. About 2 lengths in front of, in second placing, Timmins running the big race. 3 to High Man 2, 4 to Tassie Shout, Kanahai. Another 3 away to Flying Galaxy, Zamenhof, and tailed off is Garma Morva. 1,000 to run now, and Sir Agrafo heads towards the hurdle down the side. A length and a half. Timmins has run the big race. Third placing, High Man 2 as they clear that jump. 5 to Kanahai, and then Tassie Shout. Zamenhof made a mess of it. Flying Galaxy ahead of it, and Garma Morva, he may pull it up. They come to the turn 800 out, and the lightly weighted Timmins grabs Sir Agrafo. They're 4 to High Man 2, 8 or 10 to Kanahai, who's labouring. Another long margin to Tassie Shout, who's gone, but Timmins grabs Sir Agrafo and went to the narrow lead as they come down now to the third last hurdle. 3 in the straight this time. It's Sir Agrafo the inside, and Timmins. They jumped it and landed together. 7 to High Man 2, went through it from Kanahai. Further back the others, Flying Galaxy, Zamenhof and Tassie Shout, but it's a 2-horse national war in the Pegasus Grand National Hurdle. Second last jump comes up to them. Timmins has run off. He's thrown the rider over the wing, and the horse has got rhythm. He was nearly going to win. Sir Agrafo, the favourite, is left in front. I think they might have overdone the tactics just. He's run off too. Sir Agrafo's run off. Oh, look, it was on the cards. They were keeping away from the inside, looking for better going, and they've run off the 2 horses that were certainties to fight it out, and the national steeplechaser will win. Kanahai. Kanahai left in front after one of the greatest sensational steeples or hurdles you would see anywhere. Kanahai by 4 or 5 to High Man 2, Flying Galaxy, Zamenhof, Tassie Shout, the only other one to complete the course. Sir Agrafo's rider, Peter Griffiths, is absolutely disgusted.
Well, what can you say? Unbelievable. 4, 3, 7 are the official placings, but here's the 2 leaders, Timmins and Sir Agrafo coming to the second last. Timmins decides he's had enough, so he runs off. Sir Agrafo has got the race presented to him. P. Griffiths trying his darndest to keep the horse on the track. You can see the horse didn't want to go over the last, and he made sure he didn't. And P. Griffiths could do nothing about it and has to watch helplessly as Kanahai, the Grand National Steeple winner here at Flemington last week, comes on to win the luckiest race he'll ever win in his life. Kanahai winning the South Australian Grand National Hurdle, number 4, ridden by B. Constable. Second placing will go to number 3, Highman 2, and third, number 7, Flying Galaxy, 437. Race 5 at Victoria Park.
Set in their racing. Royal Times on the inside and Roost Tricks away fairly well. Whirl Around is going up quickly, showing speed Star Rillon, followed by Playing the Palace, deep out Prince Fusion. Going through is Gold Habitat, 2 or 3 lengths to Kiwi Brook and China Band, 2 or 3 to Igor. 5 lengths to Sapphire Stone, who's under the whip after going 200 metres. Super Straight is second last, about 10 off the lead. And 3 or 4 to Effulgent, who's dropped out to the rear. Well, there's plenty of speed on here in the early stages. The leader, Royal Times, joined on the outside now by Prince Fusion. 2-2 Whirl Around moving up. Deep out is Gold Habitat going forward at that point in the centre of that group, Star Rillon. China Band is in the box seat, 1.5 lengths Kiwi Brook, followed by Playing the Palace, Igor. 1 length to Roost Tricks. Now that's the main bunch, about 8 to Super Straight giving chase, 5 to Sapphire Stone and 15 lengths to Effulgent at the rear. Well, there's 15 or 20 lengths first to last as they work off the back at the 700, and the leader here is the bottom weight Royal Times by a length. Second moving up the outside Prince Fusion. Igor's coming with a big run, then Star Rillon followed by Gold Habitat. Next is Whirl Around on the inside, China Band and Roost Tricks making ground. Then Kiwi Brook running into dead ends and 5 lengths to Playing the Palace, Effulgent, and the rest can't win. It looks to be a race in 2 or 3 as they come up to the bend, and the leader Royal Times has beaten off Igor. Roost Tricks is running on, then Super Straight and China Band heads the rest. They turn. Royal Times flat against the inside, 2 or 3 lengths in front. Second placing now Super Straight running on the outside, and they were followed further back by Roost Tricks at the 150 metre mark. Royal Times in front. Super Straight's come from a mile back to get the second. Then Roost Tricks, Royal Times in front. Super Straight laying down the gauntlet, but Royal Times has got there. 1.5 lengths to Super Straight, an enormous run second. Third Roost Tricks, and they were followed by further back Effulgent. Next on the outside Kiwi Brook and China Band. Further back to Star Rillon, Whirl Around. Then Playing the Palace, Prince Fusion, Igor, followed by Gold Habitat, and Sapphire Stone's pulled up at the rear.
All the way win to number 14, Royal Times. Race 5, Yarra Glen. Number 2, Super Straight second. And number 11, Roost Tricks third. Race 4 at Sandown went to Bold Spot. Winning rider was Steve Page. Returned $2.85 and $1.10. Western Ace $1.30 and Classic Hand $2.45. Quinella paid $11.25. The trifecta $3.39.85. Now they're racing in the first leg of the double up there. Once again, Ian Craig.
Again, away well was Sprightly Manor. Dominance coming over from an outside alley, and then Jean Dore. Now, Rosnat's pushing up, one off the rails. Now, which jockey's going to lead? It's going to be Tracy Bartley on Dominance. And down by the 100, Dominance a length in front of Jean Dore. Third is Rosnat, a couple of lengths away. Next, Karina Magic. Then Broadway Rhythm on the outside. A length, the Regal Realm. Racing on the inside of Upali. Court Wired Grin and Bear It. Sprightly Manor, the fence from Port Fair. And last is Gray's Point. Now, Jean Dore's rider goes to the lead out of the straight, and over the 1800 crossing they go. And Jean Dore, the leader, a length and 3/4 on Dominance. Rosnat third and Karina Magic fourth. A length Grin and Bear It caught deep, followed by Broadway Rhythm. A length further back comes Upali around Sprightly Manor, and then Port Fair, and last of all on the inside rail is Gray's Point as they race up past the 1600. Regal Realm is now racing fourth last as they go into the next bend. This is the second corner to negotiate in the 2400 metre races at Rose Hill, and Jean Dore on the inside is just in front as they race down the back of the track, but Grin and Bear It now takes over. 3 lengths away third Dominance, a length further back Rosnat, nearly 2 lengths Karina Magic, 2.5 Broadway Rhythm, a length the Sprightly Manor, Upali caught deep, and then Regal Realm on the inside. They're speeding up a little more. Port Fair second last, and Absolute being Gray's Point. Onto the 1000 metres corner, and Grin and Bear at the outside, and Jean Dore, 2 of the roughies matching strides, about 3 or 4 lengths on Dominance. Back in fourth position is Rosnat, a length further back on the inside Sprightly Manor, just shading Karina Magic, a length and a half to Gray's Point, then Broadway Rhythm followed by Upali. and being ridden vigorously the inside to pick up the bit. Regal Realm and Port Fair's last. They're bunching as they go past the 700, and Grin and Bear It draws away by a length now, going quickly to second. Dominance. Third position occupied by Rosnat. Jean Dore's given up, and around them goes Carina Magic, followed by Broadway Rhythm, and then a gap to Sprightly Manor and Port Fair, followed by Upali. Regal Realm a long way back with Gray's Point. They commence the run around the bend, past the 400. Rosnat goes to the lead from Dominance. Carina Magic third, and Broadway Rhythm is fourth, followed by Port Fair, and then Regal Realm. To the 200 they gallop, and Rosnat just leads Dominance. Broadway Rhythm followed by Port Fair, Carina Magic and Regal Realm. A great race at the 120. Broadway Rhythm and Port Fair. Rosnat on the inside, but Port Fair's finishing powerfully, and Port Fair has the Winter Cup, and he's keeping, and Port Fair raced home to beat Broadway Rhythm. Third home was Gray's Point, and grey-coloured horses have run the trifecta. Then Rosnat and Regal Realm followed home then on the inside by Dominance, Sprightly Manor, Carina Magic, Grin and Bear It, Upali, and Absolute Jean Dore.
1, 6 and 8, and was a blanket finish for the grey horses in the Winter Cup at Rosehill. Number 1, Port Fair first. Number 6, Broadway Rhythm second. And number 8, Gray's Point was third. 1, 6 and 8. Let's go to race 6 now at Rosehill. Opening tote call. This is time to go at 10 after 3. Prince Invaders 3.
The lights on. They're racing. Good even started. Looked although Boston Bay dropped out quickly, and Uncle Vic is back near the rear early with Imperial Regina and Anarette. Settling down, and Pliskin, one of the leaders with View, and on the outside Bairnsdale Flyer. Beveridge Bow driving through, and the centre is going to head them all off. And then Monsist running fifth, followed by Past the Baton, and Mac Green behind that from Mantina. Past the Hat, Wairikau in the middle of the field. Then Anarette and Flash Habit. Behind them Boston Bay, Rising Flight, Uncle Vic and Imperial Regina last. Beveridge Bow in front at the 1600. Length and a half Bairnsdale Flyer, and a length and a half further back on the outside is View, moving up quickly into fourth, placing just behind Pliskin, who's third. Then in behind them Monsist, the steeplechaser, and they're out 6 lengths in front of Past the Bat and Vic Green. Then behind them came on the outside would be Past the Hat, Mantina on the rails. Then followed Wairikau, Anarette, Flash Habit going all right, but well back. They're followed by Boston Bay, and then Rising Flight, Imperial Regina, and last of all is Uncle Vic. Down the back past the 1100 metre mark they race, and Beveridge Bow about a length or so to Bairnsdale Flyer. One further back Monsist, who sneaked up to be third on the inside as they go down the back of the track now. View is a close fourth, and 2 lengths further back in the field then came Pliskin, who's losing a little bit of ground. Mantina's sneaking up right along the inside rail at this stage, improving its position, and they were followed also by Mac Green, who's come into the picture as they start to bunch up. Flash Habit and Wairikau both needing runs off the fence and past the Baton outside them, and Boston Bay to the outside. They're followed by Anarette, and they've packed right up coming down to the turn. Beveridge Bow Past the Hat's gone quickly to join it in front and has hit the front out wide. Past the Hat the leader from Mac Green and Beveridge Bow. Wairikau now pulling out wide, giving them a fair start. View is struggling, and then came further back in the field Flash Habit, Boston Bay. Past the Hat clear, but Wairikau is starting to come at them on the outside now, and View. Wairikau's grabbed them in a stride to hit the front. View is running on fairly well, and out wide Boston Bay, but Wairikau's got a winning break inside the 200. He's about 3 lengths in front of Past the Hat. Then Boston Bay. Wairikau's starting to get very tired on the line. Boston Bay's grabbing him as they get near the line. I think that the favourite has won. Wairikau, I reckon's just won it. Nothing in it from Boston Bay. Third placing then to Past the Hat. Anarette fourth from Beveridge Bow, Flash Habit. Then Past the Baton from View. Further back Monsist, ran a good race for a steeplechaser. Then Mantina, Rising Flight, Mac Green, Imperial Regina, who was never in it with Uncle Vic. One of the last home in the field was Pliskin. The judges call for a photo in the Glen Waverley handicap to separate Wairikau on the inside from the fast finishing Boston Bay. The judge calling for the photo. I think it might have just hung on. It's very difficult to tell. They're very wide apart, which is the problem.
It may have lasted, but it's very, very close.
And the official numbers, Wairaka returned $1.75 and 80, Boston Bay $2.85, and Past the Hat $1.45, Quinella $25.75, Trifecta $346 even. The previous race at Bundamba in Brisbane, 4-1-2 were the numbers. Cool Report returned $3.70 and 1.30, Garrison $75 and Go Gala $75, Quinella $6.25, Trifecta $48.30. The next race up there is the feature race, the Ipswich 4X Cup, and the runners are starting to move into line for that race. We'll check the tote, see what is happening with the tote punters on the 5th event up there, the Ipswich Cup.
Shortly after the jump, Hot On Ace is showing plenty of speed going up towards the lead, and so is Benaim. Meg Sun a little bit wide as they race down the straight the first time. Then Sea Scandal, Malaga, Don Delissa. Out wide on the track is Pecura Boy, and then Zamazam. Mr. Trick Silo getting back with Beaver Boy, Latin Myth, and Greatness immediately drops to the rear of the field. Cheval Jazz is hanging badly on the turn out of the straight, and he's speared about 4 wide. But he brings him back onto the rails again, and he's cruising at the moment. 1,500 metres to go. Cheval Jazz leading by a length. Hot On Ace is second. Wetu a neck away third on the inside. Wonder Distancia, beautifully placed. He's getting a lovely trail over on the inside, running about fourth on the inside of Benaim. Followed by Prince Frolic, who's up nice and handy, a length into Foolish Beat. Meg Sun racing up into 6th place on the outside. A break of 2 lengths to Malaga Don on the inside of Sea Scandal, and then Pecura Boy, Zamazan, Delissa. Further back on the outside came Sili, and then Beaver Boy, Mr. Trick, and Greatness and Latin Myth at the rear. As they race into the back now, 1,000 metres to go. Cheval Jazz is the leader, only a half length in front. Hot On Ace is second. In third place is Distancia, racing on the outside of Wetu, followed by Benaim, who's moving up 3 horses wide. A length and a half to Meg Sun, and then Prince Frolic, Sea Scandal, Foolish Beat, Malaga Don. Next is Pecura Boy, Zamazan, and then Sili and Delissa together. Mr. Trick on the outside of Beaver Boy. Greatness is last, second last is Latin Myth. 600 metres to go. Cheval Jazz is the leader, only a neck in front of Hot On Aces. Distancia beautifully placed at the moment, and Williams starting to wind him up. He's chasing those leaders. He's third. Prince Frolic is fourth on the outside of Wetu. Starting a run, Meg Sun. He's going through in the centre. Sea Scandal right around them with a big run, and Greatness. He's 10 wide as they come towards the corner. 300 metres to go. They set sail for the judge. Distancia loomed up on the outside of Cheval Jazz. There together. Prince Frolic is joining in on the outside. Meg Sun just behind them, and now Sea Scandal joining in on the extreme outside. Williams pulls the whip. Distancia in front of Prince Frolic. They're going to fight it out. Sea Scandal on the outside. Distancia in front. He's too good. Yes, Distancia first. Distancia beat Prince Frolic. Third, Sea Scandal. Fourth, Zamazan. Then Beaver Boy, a good run. Next in was Meg Sun, Pecura Boy, Sili, Greatness, Cheval Jazz, Wetu, Delissa. Then Malaga Don, Latin Myth. Well back was Mr. Trick, Foolish Beat, Hot On Aces, and Benaim last of all.
To the winner,
2-3-17 at Bundamba, racing now Adelaide.
Quickly, Singapore Lad and the stablemate Rash Ruler, and right around the outside, Young Jolly takes Bold Game to the lead, working onto the turn off the far side. Bold Game is flying, got away 2.5 in front now of Singapore Lad, San Juan Amigo, Shackle Star. Aspect Bay is right up there in the forward line. Runaway Night not far away. Belcunda next on the outside. Over on the inside, Rash Ruler drifting back behind those. Light Action making ground now around Heavenly Guide, who's the one dropping back on the rail. 3 lengths away, Super Saddles. Wave Breaker not in the hunt at the moment, and last of all, Radioactive before straightening. And here on the inside, it's Bold Game by a half, 3/4 coming out at Singapore Lad. Aspect Bay. Runaway Night is joining in quickly. Belcunda next, further back, Rash Ruler. Then San Juan Amigo, followed behind that division by Light Action. I think it is working through the middle, covered in mud. It's Bold Game up against the rail. 3 in front. Second placing Singapore Lad. Light Action can't pick them up. Belcunda out wide is hanging on to third. Now they've grabbed Bold Game. Belcunda, Light Action are starting to come after this leader, Singapore Lad. Belcunda just in front. He might be back in the winning list after all. Runaway Night and Light Action trying hard, but Belcunda wins it. Light Action or Runaway Night for the minors. Then came Singapore Lad, Shackle Star, Bold Game. They were followed by Rash Ruler, and further back by San Juan Amigo. Heavenly Guide and Radioactive were back towards the tar with Super Saddles and Wave Breaker, who didn't do a great deal at any stage.
Number 1, the winner, Belcunda, the top weight in the first leg of the double at Victoria Park. It's a photo for second between 4, Light Action, and number 6, Runaway Night. 1 and a photo after race 5 at Victoria Park. Now, checking the tote call in the 6th event there. Previous race went to Royal Times, which returned $50.35. and 9.65. Super straight $1. Roost Treeks 160. Here's Rob Tester.
And they're racing. Caught them to a good dispatch. First to go near the inside was Regal Century. Gold Consoles moves up second. Then Lazy Dynamite moving through in the centre. Dynamic Dancer, followed by Bogue's Best, and 3 wide around them is Lord Nolden. Further back to Malamute, Cheppy's Gold. Nondescript is deep out and Mere Words has dropped out to the rear. On settling, they've travelled about 350 metres. Regal Century striding in front, 2.5 Gold Consoles, Lord Nolden 3 wide, and Lazy Dynamite pulling third on the rail. There for that on the outside, moving up now by Bogue's Best, and further back around the outside goes Nondescript about 4 wide. Going forward, Malamute, Dynamic Dancer third last. On its outside was Mere Words, and a length and a half away last is Cheppy's Gold. Along the back they work, 800 metres to go. The leader, Regal Century, steadies up now. Nondescript is 3 deep, and Gold Consoles off the fence is now moving through in the centre. A length and a half, Lazy Dynamite fourth on the inside. Mere Words is very wide. Then Malamute, Bogue's Best, Cheppy's Gold, Lord Nolden. Dynamic Dancer is back at the rear, but only 6 lengths off the lead. Inside the 600, Nondescript out deep takes the lead. Gold Consoles going with it. Regal Century a neck away third. A length to Mere Words, a length and a half, Malamute, Cheppy's Gold, Bogue's Best, Dynamic Dancer now making a run, but a long way off the lead. 8 lengths to Lazy Dynamite, Lord Nolden about to run around the corner. 350 to go. Gold Consoles, Nondescript will turn together. 2 to Regal Century done with. Mere Words is running on. Dynamic Dancer a long way back, followed by Bogue's Best, Malamute, and then Cheppy's Gold, but Gold Consoles at the 200 metre marker sprinted clear. Looks the winner. 3 to Nondescript and Mere Words. Dynamic Dancer only struggling, and then Bogue's Best, but the local horse Gold Consoles is too good. Runs away from Mere Words and Nondescript, and Gold Consoles wins by 5. Mere Words is second, and 2 or 3 to Nondescript third. Then Dynamic Dancer, Bogue's Best and Malamute, Regal Century, Cheppy's Gold, Lord Nolden second to last, and Lazy Dynamite at the rear.
1:11 and 5. The placings: race 6 Yarra Glen, Gold Consoles are Wood first, 11 Mere Words second, and 5 Nondescript third. That's the first leg of the Daily Double and Quadrella. And we have correct weight Brisbane on the Ipswich Cup, 2:3:17. Race interesting incident during race 4 there at the midweek meeting when one of the runners broke through the stalls at the start. Now we'll just look at a replay of this race, and as you can see, the horse which actually broke the stalls, Natasha's Pride, broke the stalls, and the other runners went away. But after breaking the stalls, Natasha's Pride just stayed in there. And it was quite an interesting incident, and Bill Collins is just watching this on tape, and Bill, the stewards eventually indicated that Natasha's Pride was considered a scratching. I think it was a pretty fair judgment on their part.
Yeah, probably a very fair judgment, Terry. It was probably a little bit lucky also for punters. But I think the stewards made the right decision, because it has broken the stalls, as was quite clearly seen there, and the boy has immediately grabbed a hold of it. You'll see it there in about stall 9. You see it broke them. The boy grabbed hold of it, and it was virtually out of the race because it has missed all chance. Have a look again at about stall 9. You'll see the stall open. There it is, come through. The boy grabs it, and as the starter presses the button, lets the field go, and it's virtually out of the race. I think it was a very, very, very proper decision there by the stewards that was probably looked upon by everybody as the right decision. It's I remember a long time ago, and this is before any of the present stewards were working, up at the Ballarat Miners, I think it was, Terry. There were 2 horses whose stalls failed to open till the field had gone about 75 metres, and their stalls didn't open. And there was an inquiry after the race. One of them actually got up and hit the front, I think, round the home turn, ran about 2nd or 3rd. And there was an inquiry into it, and it was declared a race. And I made inquiries of one of the stewards, whose names I shan't mention, although he's not working nowadays. And what was it? And he said, well, the rule said it must have a chance of winning. Well, the stalls did eventually open, so it had a chance of winning. And but that was the correct thing to do there. Congratulations to him. Let's have a look at Sydney.
Up there, and so too is Blazing Dollar hunting through, and Bodles is making ground with Hidden Cove, and then Rocket Lad, followed by Mr. Siren, further back Lenny, and then comes Prometheus, a length and a half, Gold Playboy. And last, Social Time. As they settle properly into stride at the end of 500, Hearsay the inside, the jock takes a grip. It's joined by Hidden Cove. Third a length away, Bodles 3 deep. Snow Gypsy in the middle and Blazing Dollar on the rail. A length Prince Invader inside of, at this stage, Rocket Lad, and making ground Prometheus wide out. A length Mr. Siren, Social Time. Lenny second last, and Gold Playboy whips them in as they go to the 800. And Hidden Cove's rider, young Rickson, wasn't happy with the speed, so he sent the chestnut clear. A length Hearsay, third position is Snow Gypsy, followed wider out on the track by Bodles. A length further back is Blazing Dollar, then Rocket Lad and Prometheus out very deep. Prince Invader ridden with a whip from Mr. Siren. Social Time will need some luck, Lenny. Second last, and Gold Playboy still last of all. On the home corner they travel, and Hidden Cove in front from Hearsay. Snow Gypsy ridden hard, Blazing Dollar the inside, and further out is Rocket Lad. Down to the 250, and Hidden Cove 2 lengths Hearsay. Snow Gypsy going backwards, Blazing Dollar the rail. Prince Invader starting to make some ground, and here comes Mr. Siren on the outside. Hidden Cove still 2 lengths. Mr. Siren wanting to board in under pressure, and Hidden Cove in front. Mr. Siren and Social Time battle on, but Hidden Cove is going to win it easily. Hidden Cove a length and 3/4 to Mr. Siren. Third, Social Time, followed by Prince Invader, Rocket Lad, Hearsay, then Gold Playboy, Snow Gypsy, Prometheus, Blazing Dollar, Lenny, and Bodles was last.
5-6-4 over the line. Race 6 at Rose Hill. Number 5, Hidden Cove. C. Rickson first. Number 6, Mr. Siren second. And number 4, Social Time third, as called by Ian Craig. 6, 7 and 8, the Adelaide meeting at Victoria Park has been abandoned. So that meeting has finished, and of course a special dividend will be declared for the daily double.
Field is ready, the light, away they go, and they've jumped away in a pretty good line. Even True was actually last to get going, but is mustering speed quickly on the outside. The stablemate Silver Stitch and Astra Choice, and now Even True joining them out wide. Caranay away well with Rocker Star. They're keeping Even True about 5 deep, and a length and a half Bon Pape, followed by Norgwin Mist. Then Better Venture as they settle down at the end of 300 metres. Innisvale Lady well back in the field with Rustic Priestess, and Miss Bounty's back near the rear. Evening Rise last with Eastern Show. Down the hill, and Rocker Star the leader, a half length to Even True, a length and a half Caranay, 2 to Bon Pape, hard ridden. Then Silver Stitch, and a couple of lengths Astra Choice, Norgwin Mist, Better Venture. Innisvale Lady to the outside, Evening Rise behind it with Miss Bounty, Rustic Priestess at Eastern Show. On the corner, 500 out, Even True had gone up to Rocker Star and had taken the lead on the outside with Caranay behind them. Then Silver Stitch, Bon Pape at the head of the others, and Evening Rise running on, but about 10 off the lead. With 200 to go, Even True has gone to the lead, 2 lengths to Rocker Star. There followed further back Evening Rise running everywhere, but Even True well clear. She's got a wonderful record, and she's going to keep it intact today without any problems, and Even True's going to win by half a dozen lengths. Evening Rise runs into second place, but Even True's won it all, probably 3.5, eased up at the finish. Close for third, many of them there. Miss Bounty flashed home with Better Venture, Caranay and Rocker Star. They were followed by Innisvale Lady, Silver Stitch further back, Eastern Show next. Then came Bon Pape, who weakened, followed further back Norgwin Mist and Astra Choice and Rustic Priestess, the last 2. 14 starts, 7 wins and 7 placings now for number 1, Even True, ridden by D. Lawson. Number 1, Even True, D. Lawson first. Number 3 is second, Evening Rise, K. Ashby. The judges called for a photo for third with about 3 or 4 of them there in the battle for third placing. And the judge examining that print at the moment.
Return 430 and 160. Prince Frolic 150 and Sea Scandal 130. Quinella 22.75, and the trifecta paid 453.30. That was race 5 at Bundamba. Race 6 is coming up shortly, the graduation stakes. It's time to go at 3:30, and they're almost set to go up there. Just repeating, the Adelaide meeting has been abandoned because of the heavy track conditions. But they're moving up well for this race at Bundamba. Ready to go. Here's Wayne Wilson.
All set. Starters ready to release them. Hopeton Star drawn at barrier 4. Up and near the outside, go, racing, off to a great start. Granite near the inside and King Rang both began smartly. Up and air from out wide, showing plenty of dash. Leah Norris and Hopeton Star driving through in the centre. Then Starry Lade, Roman Draftsman, Imperial Coup. Perspiration getting back, and Silver Relic at the rear, running onto the first bend, 1,400 metres out, and the favourite takes over. Hopeton Star about to cross over onto the rails, and he's got him cruising at the moment, leading by 3/4 of a length on Up and Ear. Third is Granite on the inside and a half, then to Starry Lade. King Rang running about about fifth on the inside of Leonoris. A length into Roman Draftsman, then Imperial Coup Perspiration.